probably get studies of CIA shit. Who has true power? Brothers lit the cash, gas him up. Lit a piece of ass, drive him crazy, that's nasty stuff. Notice how it's growing, all these suckers are gutless. Get a little money and turn into Uncle Ruckus. This ain't a stupid cartoon, no. I'm the truth, but you know. Now you feel like you Anthony Supplatro, you not though. Money bought you some goonzo. I tell it straighter than a hot comb. You a knockoff, you not from the cloth. Scary nigga, my natural instinct is tell it real and let it sink it. I had to think quick and not let the weak win. Got smoke for me, beef with yourself. I be cheaping too hard to notice every week. It be somebody else. Soon as my name's mentioned, lames are offended. If words hurt you, it wasn't intended. But when it comes to my words, if I said it, I meant it. If the shoe fits, this one is for you, bitch. You got me confused with your fabricated form of delusion. You're dusty, need to be bitch smacked. Face under stump, feet on concrete. They want me tricked back. 30 on bottles alone, a mill in the wrist. Facts, excellency.
What's good, guys? Just Prince TV here. Let's get into it. Now, ever since Reakwon dropped his album, right? One verse from Nas has been getting talked about more than Reakwon's whole album. That goes to show you Reakwon's status in hip-hop right now. I'm not going to get further into it because I'm going to save that for his actual album review. I'm going to give him the respect and actually review his album. But he even came out and said that that verse that Nas made was not for Jim Jones. Reakwon, I'm not buying it. I'm just not buying it, but take a look at it.
Did not write that verse for Jim. That was a straight shot Jim got hit with. And y'all made it seem like that was for Nas. That was for Jim. Nas wasn't dissing Jim. And the reason why he changed it, because he knew that at the end of the day, damn, Chef, I gave you these verses months ago, and now all this shit is popping up, which at the end of the day, he not standing on it because he's in another zone. He trying to get money. He doing this, he doing that. You know, Jim said what he said, and the fans responded, and that was that. Nas is all the way on the other side somewhere, not even paying attention to it that deep.
Okay, so the reason why I'm not buying it is because of the simple fact that the timing and the words and the fact that he changed the verse, right? And added new stuff, because if you change a verse, you have to add new stuff. That means that was not his original verse. So if that's not his original verse, based off the timing, based off the words that he's saying, a lot of it aligns with Jim Jones. Beef with yourself. People talk about me every week. I'm too busy spoken to pay attention to what's going on, right? These are all words that could be pointed at Jim Jones, right? Now, if you're Jim Jones, what do you do? Do you make a diss song about a guy that you don't know if he really talking about you or not? And you don't want to jump out the window and talk about Nas because you may get either. And if he really wasn't talking about you, now you're going to have a real problem on your hands because you actually made the first diss record and you draw first blood. So now you're in trouble, okay? So what do you do when you're battling an MC like Nas? Well, here's the thing. If your name ain't Biggie, if your name ain't Pac, if your name ain't Jay-Z, if your name ain't an elite rapper in the game, leave it alone. Nas is only preserved for the best of the best. That's the only ones that could battle him and get their shots off, because Nas is not one to play with. He's the greatest rapper of all time. He's the greatest MC of all time, of any generation, period. And you saw a perfect example with just that one verse. When the man spits, the man spits. Okay? He spits that hot fire like Dion. Okay? Now, here's my point. I'm calling cap on it. Even though I call Nas the greatest, let's stop the lying, man. It's about Jim Jones. This verse cannot be about anybody else but Jim Jones. Now, you may say, oh, this could be some street beef, some stuff that's taking place outside of hip-hop. I don't think so. The words are just too aligned with dissing Jim Jones. And now, Raekwon don't want to be part of this, so I think he's jumping out the window by saying, I'm cool with Jim Jones. So he don't want to make it seem like he picking Nas over Jim Jones when he's cool with both of them. And Nas knows that he's cool with Jim Jones. And his fence is, why would Nas diss Jim Jones on one of his records, right? Nas would have just did that by himself or his own solo record. But it's cap. That was a diss towards Jim Jones. Now Jim Jones is faced with the decision of what do you do next. I don't know what can he do because his fans pretty much don't support him the way that he wants them to support him. And some of Jim Jones' fans are diehard Nas's fans, and they know Nas is just a better rapper. And then you got Nas fans that already bodied Jim Jones already. They won the battle without even Nas dropping a verse. So, yeah, Jim Jones in trouble. I don't know what he could possibly do to change the tide of this battle. But this is just one battle that he should just walk away from. Continue battling Pusha T. Because you actually won that battle so far until Pusha T actually comes back with some a verse that dedicated towards you, period. We out. Peace.